'Tis I, Dr. Dementia, and it's time for another promo quickie in front of this nice board and desk. This is actually the best place for me to do these videos. Anyway, this will be the last quickie I do for a little while, as the next promo card involves a mechanic we have yet to discuss on the channel, and it won't be for a couple more weeks until we go over the expansion that introduces those mechanics. Anyway, on to the card! And so today's quickie is going to be on the June 2014 promo card, Prince. Now, there are two versions of Prince. It was originally released as an action card. That is the only printing it received. In early 2022, on the online versions, it received an Errata, and it was changed from a normal action to an action duration command card. The command subtype we haven't talked about yet, but it isn't highly needed for this card. The effect, regardless, has stayed the same, and it goes like this. According to the duration effect, costing 8 to purchase, you may set aside on this a non-duration, non-command action card from your hand costing up to 4. At the start of each of your turns, play that card, leaving it set aside. Now, this is a very intriguing duration card, allowing you to essentially play a card outside of your deck, which means that you can have it out of your deck without affecting, essentially, your draw power or your synergy whatsoever. It can be powerful in a few kingdoms, but because of that high price point, in practice, it's rarely worth getting into action here. One of the major cases you could use this in is a slow kingdom pile that doesn't have much synergy with each other, that provides alternative victory points in a unique way other than picking up victory cards. So, cards like Monument or even Bishop being excellent choices to really sync well with Prince. This also allows Prince to compete less directly with Province because they are the same price point. A couple of other examples here we can exploit this. Basically, if there are any engines that don't have any good deck control with Prince, you're not going to be able to reliably find payload. So basically, there's no villagers other than Prince or very little draw at all. Another alternative would be if there's really no good money strategies you can take advantage of. And there's a couple of others, and Throne Room does provide 2 start of turn plays, which is like fantastic here. And it helps if you have to deal with strong attacks like Militia. Obviously, because of that high price point, your top priority, if it's available, is cost reduction. So Bridge, Highway, and Princess are going to be very valuable in making sure you get Prince. One interesting little synergy that you can use against your opponent, because it costs the same as Province, Swindler becomes a viable option, turning those provinces into princes, which means now they just have a card in your hand that's really going to be only effective on an action card, and they lose out on 6 victory points, giving you a little bit of an advantage there. If the price point is expensive, Lurker is a way to get it out of into the trash piles and bring it in for you. This is also great because it is that same price point, that if you are not going to use any copies of Prince in your deck, Expand is going to be a nice option, turning them directly into colonies. This gives you a little bit of endgame variety here. So, you know, there's options around this. You're basically going to have to work around that 8 cost in order to take advantage of it. And because of that, you're going to be very lucky if you get this in the early game. You're probably looking at the mid-game to the late at the very latest. And really, because it's an action card costing up to 4, you really need to make sure that action card is going to be completely worth it to you. Otherwise, this might not be as strong as you think, and it might be a kingdom pile that you're not going to want to pick up, though it is a very interesting one. I know what they're trying to go with Prince, and overall, it's a fun idea. And that's it for this quickie. We'll be back with another quickie in a few weeks. Thank you, like, comment, subscribe, Twitch, Twitter. Thank you. Adios!